This is Lucien. He's a cheerful, charming 14-year-old with a contagious smile. He's also a non-speaking autistic. Like many non-speakers, for years, Lucien was believed to have significant intellectual disability. He was placed in a special day class at school, where he was taught kindergarten-level academics year after year. Lucien's parents, teachers, and therapists attempted many communication methods with him. Sign language, picture exchange, icon-based apps on the iPad, nothing worked. Aside from his most basic needs, Lucien had no way to communicate at all. At age 11, Lucien began Soma RPM, a teaching method in which the student demonstrates his understanding by pointing to letters one at a time on a letterboard. It gives non-speaking or unreliably speaking students access to age-appropriate curriculum, develops their motor skills and reasoning abilities, and frequently leads to open communication on the letterboard. This is Lucien's very first session with an expert RPM provider, Lene Crandall. As she teaches, she offers him choices on paper, and he points to demonstrate his understanding. His wandering doesn't affect his ability to listen and answer, so she simply moves around with him.
Yes, we're talking about rocks. Now, tell me one thing you know about rocks. Would you say rocks are usually S-O-F-T soft or H-A-R-D hard? Reach out here once you have explored it. Soft or hard? Hard. But I just put your hand down so you can focus on what your hand is. Yes. So usually rocks are going to be pretty hard. And would you say that most rocks, G-R-O-W, grow or D-O-N, apostrophe T, don't grow? They grow or don't grow? Most rocks don't grow, you're right. But I'm going to tell you about one rock that's very unique in this world.
Then, she has him answer questions by pointing to the first letter of his response.
And the crocodile said, I'll tell you the truth. T-R-U-T-H. Truth goes with the word mountain or honest. Honest, good. Put you all the way. H. Good. Honest. I'll tell you the truth.
Next, he chooses his answer and then spells that answer on the letterboard. Lene knows what word he's spelling, so she gives verbal and visual prompts to help him succeed, building his skills as well as his confidence.
So what they know about them is that it probably has to do with minerals, minerals, or with ages, ages. Minerals, good. That's what it has to do with. Okay, so that's what scientists say. Let's spell mineral. So find the spot. There you go, mineral. M, good, mineral. I, then N, very good, up top. E, good, roll. Let's sound right here. Let's sound right here. A little higher. R, up top. A little higher. Up, you got there. R, then. Go ahead. O. A, and then very good. O. L, very good. Minerals. So mineral, you will say you eat your vitamins and minerals.
She also begins assessing his math knowledge. Spoiler, Lucien is really good at math.
2. Ready? Define yourself somewhat stationary. Ready? 7 plus 2. 9. Good. All right. Now let's do.
Monthly lessons with Lene served two purposes: building Lucien's skills and teaching his mom how to do lessons with him at home. 1 year later, and Lucien was answering open-ended questions on the full letterboard. Here, Lene has asked him to list some things that are good to focus on in life. Notice that she doesn't use any directional prompts when the question is open-ended.
So focus on what you eat. Okay, what else? Excuse me. Focus on L. Good, look at the board. Next one, E. L, E. Next one, A, then R, N, I, N, and G. Yeah, what you're learning. So you can focus on that, what I'm going to learn, what I'm going to study, How should I apply this knowledge? That would be something you could focus on. Okay, one more thing that you'd focus on. You should focus on S, okay, E, okay, sorry, R, V, S-C-R-V, I, and D or C. C, then E, service. Okay, so ways you could serve and help out, keeping your eyes open for opportunities that way, creating opportunities. So these are great things that you could focus on.
Here, Lene teaches a lesson about synesthesia, a condition where one sense triggers another sense at the same time. For example, a person with synesthesia may feel sounds, taste words, or hear colors.
What's your comment? G, O, and O, then D, good, T, O, 2, K, N, J's make sense, O, K and O, W, good to know, go ahead, good to know, reach out, and so look at my eyes, N, M, oops, doesn't make sense, good to know, I, T, H, and A, then, to the board, S, good to know it has, go ahead, reach out, N, then reach out, A, and M, and then E. Good to know it has a name. So you experience some of these. There's many other types. Some people feel, if someone gets like punched, they'll feel the punch themselves. If someone was wearing a backpack, they'll feel the straps on their body themselves. Or if you have color with feelings, they see someone's angry, they'll see a certain color. So do you think you have something like this? Y, good. Reach out. Go ahead. E and S. Yes, awesome. And what would you say you have in relation to this? I, S, and E, E. I see. I see. C, O, and L, I, O, okay, color. I see color, oops. Pencil. I see color, W, and then look at the board. E, I, T, E-I-T, O with an E. I see color with V and O, then I and C, E. Oh, that's kind of a good one. Kind of voices, so every person has a color of their voice. Y, E, and S. Very cool. Yeah. So there's another person. I watched a TED Talk on.
More recently, Lucien has been working on handwriting. Lene holds the paper in the ideal position and helps him initiate movement when his hand stalls.
So if you became an artist, what do you think that you'd be like? Do you think that you'd be concept-based or more for the beauty? Like doing the most beautifully talented, realistic piece kind of a thing? Or maybe just really abstract beauty. So beauty or concept-based? Which would be your focus as an artist? C. O. N. C. E. P. Okay, concept. Okay, so you do the concept. Now, let's say that you had an exhibit that you were going to do, and they said, Lucien, we appreciate your artistic talents. You've got some amazing creative ideas. What exhibit topic would you pick? So she picked the sound of. What do you think you'd pick? Why don't you give me the first letter here? Just to make sure I'm right. Get started with it, right? G. Circle around, whoop. G. E. Nice clean E. R. M. Nice topic. Germs. Okay, is there more to this topic?
Lucien began openly communicating about a year and a half after starting RPM. His first spontaneous sentence came at the airport en route to a family visit. And what did he spell? I'm so excited to see Nanai and Papa. It's now clear that Lucien is very bright, and the standard assessment tools used to evaluate his abilities were appallingly inaccurate. When assessed using a letterboard as his means of communication, the results showed Lucien is highly talented in reading comprehension, verbal ability, and numerical operations. He moved to a new school that supports his use of the letterboard, and for the first time had access to age-appropriate curriculum. He read novels and poetry. He wrote essays and research papers. He studied algebra and chemistry. He graduated 8th grade with straight A's, and he has a new self-confidence and pride that is an absolute joy to witness. Lucien and other non-speaking autistics describe a brain-body disconnect that makes them unable to control their bodies well. Lucien wrote a poem about it, and he is so proud of it that he specifically requested we include it in this video.
All My Effort by Lucien Gonzalez. All my effort is not enough to get my body to obey. It runs wild, mad, lion, predator. All my effort is not enough to get my body to race, to fly high, free, bat, high flying. All my effort is not enough to get my body to calm, no gentle healing, peaceful, feline, languorous.
Lucien spent many years misunderstood and underestimated by the people who were trying to help him. But when his disability is treated as a motor disability rather than a lack of understanding, when he is presumed competent and worthy to receive age-appropriate content, and when he is given the proper physical and emotional supports, he is able to demonstrate his true abilities. Lucien is not alone. There are many, many more just like him, waiting for their opportunity to shine.